Well, welcome back. Joining us now, a true Irish legend, Heisman Trophy winner, Tim Brown. Hey, let's give folks a little reminder of just how good you were. He said, go ahead, you can read this really slow. Take my time. At that time, just the second wide receiver to ever win the Heisman. Tim finished his career with nearly 2,500 yards receiving, 12 receiving touchdowns, plus 4 rushing TDs, and of course 6 kick returns for scores his senior year in '87, averaging nearly 168 all-purpose yards per game, guys. His senior year considered one of the most dangerous players in all of college football.
Man, I like that.
Welcome.
Yes.
Can I get that? Can you give me that script? I'll put it in my
I'll be your hype man every
Yes,
time you walk in a
absolutely.
room. I got you.
Well, Tim, you're part of a special fraternity, as Allison mentioned. One of 7 Heisman Trophy winners here to ever win the Heisman Trophy at Notre Dame. The last player to win it back in 1987. As you know, there hasn't really been a candidate since then on the national radar until now. One game, and everybody's talking about Sam Hartman and the experience that he brings to the table. In your mind, what does he need to do to get that invite to New York City?
Well, you know, the great thing for Sam is he's going to have that opportunity because you have Ohio State in your backyard and you have USC in your backyard with the reigning Heisman Trophy winner coming to town. So if you cannot perform in those games and win those games, I think he has a great shot of being in New York in December and possibly winning a trophy. But it's certainly going to take him winning some. When you're at that position, you have to win games. You know what I mean? For me and for, you know, running backs, you run the ball, you catch the ball, you return kicks. But for quarterbacks, they have to win. And if this guy can win, then I think everybody's going to be looking for him to win the Heisman.
Right.
He certainly has the stage to do it.
No doubt.
Also, Tim, you have been welcomed back here with open arms as part of the mentoring program that Coach Marcus Freeman has implemented. What's your involvement been with that, with these current players? What have you talked with them about and their response to that?
Yeah, you know, I had a chance to talk to the whole team, and basically I gave them the scenario of my football life, right? I had 27 years of football, only had one chance to win a championship, and I played in one championship game, and I didn't win it. So I started out by saying 27-1-0, you know what I mean? And everybody was like, what is that? You know, he didn't play 27 years of football, but yeah, I did. You know, going back to middle school. So if you want to win a championship, you have to think about it now, because when it's game time, it's too late, you know what I mean? So at that particular time of the year, when I was here, that's the time to start thinking about winning a championship.
Absolutely. Of course, this year's wide receiver room is absolutely loaded with talent. What's been your impression of these guys so far?
Well, you know, I love how they're getting along, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when you have so much talent in the room, you know, elbows get to, you know, being pushed around, but these guys love each other and are seemingly wanting to play for each other. So one of the other things that Coach did with the mentoring program, we were all assigned. Rocket was assigned somebody. I was assigned somebody. Derek Mays. So my guy is Tobias. You know, so, you know, we talk all the time, you know, only about football-related stuff for the most part, or life-related stuff, and really just trying to get him focused on what Notre Dame is really all about, right? And sometimes the football thing can be overwhelming, and, you know, the classroom certainly can be overwhelming, but there's a middle ground here at Notre Dame that when you really, you know, get into it, that's what this place is all about.
Well, you've seen a lot in 35 years as part of this program here at Notre Dame, and one of those things is coaches coming and going, starting with Lou and now head coach Marcus Freeman. I wanted to ask you, what traits do you see in head coach Marcus Freeman that gives you confidence that he can lead this team to a national championship?
You know, the main thing you see is the players want to run through the brick wall for him. You know what I mean? That's the main thing
Just
you
got
see.
chills, you
Yeah.
know?
You know, when Lou came here, you know, I started with Jerry Fowles, and, you know, I love Jerry because he brought me here, whatever. But when Lou came, it was like, whoa. You know, it was just a totally different energy in the room. And, of course, I'm not in the locker room with these guys, but you can see and you can hear how they talk and how they walk about this deal, that these guys would go through that proverbial brick wall for Coach. And that's what it's all about, man, because if you're not going to lay it all on the line, you know, then things are going to happen that you really don't want to happen around here.
Really quick, before we let you go, there's been so many connections with Eddie George, and you said you play in his golf tournament every year. You guys are good friends.
Yeah, Eddie and I are really, really good friends, obviously, you know, from the Heisman and meeting we met there, but, you know, he comes to my tournaments, I go to his tournament. So we've been joking about this game for a long time. I'm not going to joke with him today. I'm going to meet with him in a minute. But I know he's preparing and trying to get this team ready to play the best they can. And I really wish him well. It's important for him to play well, for his team to play well, because people need to know that he can prepare a team to come in here and play. They may not win, and I hope they don't win, but it's important for them to come out and play well. And so I'm hoping that they do that for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right,
thank you
guys.
so much,
Appreciate it.
Tim. Heisman Trophy winner Tim Brown. Give it up for one of the greatest players in Notre Dame history. We're going to be right back here on Kickoff.